So in this video, I'm going to share with you secrets on how to stand out when trying to sell your home on the market. Now, depending on when you're selling your home and where, there might be a lot of competition when putting your home on the market. It's not always a hot seller's market where homes are just flying off the market. So you have to find a way to stand out to today's buyers. Now, how do buyers search for homes? I want you to think about that. So what probably came to your mind is sites like Zillow. Buyers are looking at places like this where they can look at every home on the market, compare them, and then decide exactly who to reach out to from there. So buyers have all the options literally right in their phone. And with so many homes coming on the market every day, how do you stand out? So there's going to be a few different ways that I typically recommend to all of my homeowner clients on how to make your home stand out from all the rest of the competition. When I'm going through each one of these examples, I want you to think about Zillow, sites like that where people are looking online. The first thing is going to be in the images. Now, surprisingly, in today's day and age, there are still real estate agents and homeowners who put a home on the market with iPhone pictures that they took on an iPhone, or even a worse phone, a smartphone that's not an iPhone or a flip phone. Oh my gosh, I still see that today. And instantly, a buyer is going to scroll through looking at all the new homes on the market, and they're going to click away. They're not even going to register it in their brain, just because in today's day and age, having crystal clear, amazing pictures is not even a competitive advantage. It's really just the norm at this point. So this is the easiest way to make sure that your home is eliminated from not being seen in the buyer's search, because honestly, they're going to completely scroll over it because it looks that hideous on the market. The next thing is going to be video. A lot of these online platforms make it really easy to stand out with video. They actually allow you to put video of the property. Ever since the pandemic, honestly, previously, this used to be a thing that really set listings apart, because it used to be pretty rare that a home had an actual video of the home on any of these websites. But once the pandemic came, I would say that video actually kind of became a normal. So having even a basic video of the property is definitely at least the norm. You should at least have that. And if not, have something a little bit more creative and unique that definitely brings buyers in. And I can't tell you how many showings that I do for my listings where a buyer comes up to me and says that they actually recognized me or saw me, or they found the property from the video. This is why video is so important in today's day and age. And I do have to say, there are still so many agents out there and homeowners out there who put a home on the market and they don't use video, and it's such a big mistake. And the next competitive advantage is going to be to just have better marketing. So you might be thinking, okay, Laura, that's such a cop-out answer, because what does better marketing mean? I want you to think about your community, your neighborhood, your building, if you're in a building, and I want you to think about other homes that might be comparable homes that a buyer is probably looking at when they're also looking at yours. How does the marketing look for that home versus yours? I want you to make sure that you have the better marketing, the better presentation, the better overall package than that other person does. How can this be done? Pictures, video, of course, but also the description, the actual marketing printouts, the actual digital marketing campaigns that are bringing the buyers in through the door, everything. Any property event, it needs to be better than the competition. Your agent should be looking at your home individually, of course, but then they also need to be like, put themselves in the shoes of a buyer who's probably looking at your property. What are these buyers also looking at on the market? What are they also considering? If there's a home right down the street from yours or in the same building as yours that is very, very similar price and pretty similar layout, then you need to make sure that yours outshines theirs 100%. So the next thing that I love to do when putting a home on the market, I mentioned those other comparable homes that buyers are probably looking at. I want you or your agent to play off the traffic of that other property as well. There's something very common in the real estate industry where if someone is selling a home and then another agent is selling another similar home that buyers are probably looking at both of them, both agents kind of collaborate a little bit and kind of send traffic to each other if that buyer wasn't a fit for that property. So for example, I'm selling your home and then my friend real estate agent is selling your neighbor 2 streets down, but the homes are very similar. If a buyer isn't right for your home, I might send them over there and they might do the same vice versa. They know that this home might be a fit for them and I would know the same thing for that home. That is done all the time. So make sure that your real estate agent is kind of collaborating with these other agents in the market, because that's actually a really good way to just get some extra traffic. And you also might be thinking, well, Lauren, wouldn't that buyer already see that home on the market? Wouldn't they already know about that home? You'd actually be surprised. Just like I talked about in the first example, homes actually slip through the cracks on the market, especially if you're in a hot buyer's market where there's more inventory. Then it's really easy for a buyer to just literally miss over a home and they just didn't see it. So because of that, this is why this strategy still works so well, where that agent is collaborating with other similar listings as well. My last one is my favorite strategy. I always leave the best for last. This one, it's a little bit of a dirty little secret here. I strongly believe on undercutting the price of competitive homes on the market. What do I mean by this? This strategy was actually done to me a long time ago. I had a home on the market and I believe this home was right around, I want to say it was around 1.2. So let's just use 1.2 in this example. So this home was for sale for 1.2. We had this home on the market for about 2 weeks at this point. Another very similar unit, same layout, with like one little difference in the floor plan, came on the market right underneath 1.2, almost at $1 million. I'm intentionally leaving a pause in this video because I want you to think about how heartbreaking that was for me and my client to see this agent bring that property on the market 2 weeks later after we had came on the market at 1.2, and they undercut us by putting it right above 1 million. You can only imagine what that did for our traffic, and you can only imagine what buyers were thinking when they were going to look at both of them, because they were like, why is this one priced at almost $200,000 more? We were on the market 2 weeks before them, and they clearly knew what they were doing. They figured they would undercut us and basically cut out our traffic and have all the traffic go to them. Now, I learned this the hard way, and we had to adjust things very, very quickly with that client, and luckily that client was very understanding that there was nothing that we could do because we were on the market 2 weeks before them and they undercut us on price. I have to say, this strategy happened to me, but I will easily do this any day to another home on the market if we figure that we can get their traffic, because it's a good strategy. And I have to say, that home went under contract, and I think under 2 weeks, that home went under contract in that example that I used. They deserved it because honestly, they did a good strategy. They basically took our traffic away and brought it to them. And I highly think that if you can get away with doing that to another home in your market, I honestly think that you should. And if anything, it will motivate that homeowner. And I don't want you to really look at it as like this evil trick that you're doing or anything like that, because if anything, it'll just motivate that homeowner to make the right adjustments or to up their marketing and get their home in front of more buyers as well. So that is just 5 ways that you can get your home to stand out in the market amongst all this other competition, because in today's day and age, there's always just so much competition online. And I want to make sure that your home doesn't get lost in the shuffle. So I would love to know, which one of these strategies would you do, or would you not do any of them? As always, I just love hearing from you guys.